Do you want to improve your strumming, your rhythm, your groove right now? Okay, well if so, let me show you a cool little technique you can practice that's going to add so much more life and groove, you know, and excitement to your playing. And if you feel like you speed up or slow down when you play, this is going to help you as well. Even if you're a beginner or you've played for a while, this is really going to be useful, okay? So thanks for joining me today as well. I just want to say that. If you enjoy these videos, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. I love the comments, they're really powerful. Let me know what your biggest takeaway is from each video. Okay, basically what we're going to do today is stop all that speeding up and slowing down. The way to do it, okay, we're going to mute the strings and we're going to practice some grooves. Okay, we're going to try and play a few different grooves. Okay, we're going to do that sort of thing, very simple, and then we're going to add it to some chords. You know, just doing that, but it's basically, it all starts with getting the groove. It all starts with this. Mute the strings, get your fret in hand, rest it ever so gently on the strings. Like a butterfly, gently sitting on a flower, or whatever the butterflies do, okay? Just gently rest. Okay, and then strum some downs. Tap your foot to the beat and just get good at that. You might think, oh, this is a little bit hard, I'm getting some noise, I'm getting all this. If that's the case, press it too hard with this hand, so just gently touch across all 6 strings. You might get this, and that's because your hand or your fingers aren't flat, okay? So you just want everything nice and flat. If it's a noise, you're not muting all the strings. Okay, so flat. Imagine like your fingers a bit like a capo, you know, but gently touching the strings. So keep your fingers straight and get good at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after that, those are quarter notes, by the way. After that, you can start doing what we call 8th notes, where we do a strum on the up. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you're strumming down on 1, up on and, down on 2, up on and, down on 3, up on and, down on 4, up on and. You guessed it. Okay, so yeah, here we go. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we just switch to doing all them. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you can count it with ands every time. So you could just strum the downs and go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and when you get good at that, which might take a little while, you know, it might take some practice. It's not going to happen overnight unless you've played for, you know, some time, or you get really good rhythm skills. Say, like, you know, if you're a really good dancer, you probably can do this pretty well already. Or if you've played an instrument already, you know, or you play guitar for a while, you probably can do this already. And you think, crikey, Dan, this is really easy. But for new people, you know, or people who aren't confident yet with rhythm and playing guitar, this sort of stuff takes practice. So don't worry, it takes a little bit of time. But the idea is that you do that, you get that locked in, you get that groove going, and then later on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you start adding in various other grooves, but you get that rock solid. Just random, you know, you can just go for it. Sometimes what you got to do with guitar is be ultra methodical, and then sometimes you just got to like let the training wheels off, you know. On a little bike when you're a kid, you had training wheels, we call them stabilizers here in the UK, You know, when you first take them off, it's scary as hell. You're like, what the hell? I remember when I first learned to ride a bike, and it was just like, whoa, this is so crazy, you know? But as soon as those come off, it's like mad. But that's what you got to do. So be methodical, and then try different grooves while playing muted. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then try it with chords, nice and simple. Sort of thing. Okay, you're gonna get the tab below for that little piece I just played there. Very, very simple. It's just improvised, and I thought, you know what, why not create the tab and give you something there. So basically what we was doing was a G chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so I strummed 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Then I went to a C chord, and I just did 4 downs, C, then I lifted my index finger off to create a C major 7, then the index finger back on, then the pinky on at the 3rd fret of the B string, creates a little bit of melody. And then you can go back to the G, do the same sort of thing with a D. With the D, all I did was strum the D, add the pinky on 3rd fret high E, took the pinky off, took the middle finger off to create the D sus2 chord. So, you know, you want to keep it a nice steady groove, okay? My groove wasn't actually perfect when I played that just, okay? But it's easy when you're changing grooves to speed up and slow down. That's why we nod our head and tap our foot. So you could try that G, just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and C, G, D, and then you can speed it up if you want, and then you should have loads of fun, because at some point you got to let those training wheels off. Is that my greatest example in the world? No, but it's a bit of fun, okay? It's nice just to improvise, and I'm doing improvisation on camera. Sometimes it works more excitingly than others, but to be honest, frankly, you shouldn't care, because improvisation is all about just trying stuff. When you watch a great player play live and you watch them improvise, you know, some players will never improvise live because they're afraid, because, you know, they're doing it in front of an audience, and it's very scary, you know, it's like, oh my God. But there's other players who are just masters of improvisation, you know, it's many of the greats, people like Clapton and Jeff Beck and people like that, Hendrix, all, you know, always improvise, and sometimes it would just be like, that wasn't as good. And that would be the first to admit it. But, you know, most of the time, they would get it really, really good. And sometimes it would just be spectacular. So you can watch all these videos of people improvising. Some of them will do, you know, with big, heavy rock lead guitar or blues lead, or some people do it with kind of rhythm and just strumming, and just, you know, when you watch a band create a breakdown section, just watch some Bob Dylan, you know, the guy goes off on a tangent pretty much every gig, and his band always have to keep up. They're like, oh my God, what do I do? But that's why they're so skilled, you know, and sometimes it doesn't work as well as others, but just going for it, okay? That's what I want to get through with this lesson, giving you a few little ideas, just creating those grooves with the muted strings, and then you can work on those grooves, okay? You know, so like I say, you know, eventually you're gonna get some solid grooves. And you'll be able to do stuff like that, that's a bit more groovy, okay? So you just try it, okay? Don't try and get there in one day, but have some fun. And let me know what you think about this lesson in the comments below. Remember, build it up, be patient, and enjoy every second of the journey, because it's a special journey. And go to fingerstyle101.com/free for a couple of ebooks. You got the Guitar Doctor, which is a really good book, and you got number 2, the super mini songbook. The Guitar Doctor is going to help you fix all your playing issues from a technical point of view, okay? You're going to solve a lot of those niggly, awkward issues like tension and awkwardness and stiff fingers and stuff like that. And the songbook is going to, you know, obviously teach you some recipes for cooking pie. I'm joking, of course, a bit stupid. The songbook is obviously going to teach you songs, and there's 3 really, really good classic timeless songs in there that you're going to learn, all taught in ways that you've probably never been taught songs before, okay? Unless you've been around my lessons for a while. I've been teaching these songs for a long, long time now, and you know, in these styles, okay? So you've got the no chord fingerstyle method, which is where we play beautiful fingerstyle songs with no actual chords. We just use fragment chords. And then you've got my jam along songs where you just basically jam along with me. So you can play the melody, I'll play the rhythm, or vice versa. You play the melody and, you know, I play the rhythm, or I play the melody, you play the rhythm. Okay, and you can play along with the recordings, which a lot of people say is like playing along with me in my studio. And then you've got my Travis picking version of a classic song. So you can get that below, fingerstyle101.com/free. And don't forget, on the link below in the description, you can also get the tab for this lesson where I'm just giving you a fun little example just to practice, you know, and just to have a lot of fun. Right, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thank you. Cheers. Bye bye.